Good morning, welcome to Ask Coffee Online. My name is Chef Caesar. Today I'm going to show you how to make some fresh corn masa. Well, I want to talk about a little bit about history. This process of making corn, dry corn like this, into something soft, which is masa, it's called nixtamalization. It's a process in which we take dry corn, we put it into alkaline solution made with some calcium hydroxide, which is this white powder, and with some water. I mean, the process is very simple, but the benefits are great. And also, we can do this with ashes. This process began about 1200 to 1500 BC with the Aztec and Maya Empire in Mesoamerica, what used to be, it's now Mexico, Central America, and part of South America, the northern part. They used to, grind this corn by hand between two stones. I mean, the ladies used to be the ones having to do this. Imagine, waking up in the morning having to grind some corn like this every day to take care of your family. And I mean, one day they wake up and they find out this process of making this corn into something soft like this over here that I already cook. I'm going to show you how to cook this in a little bit. And this is nice. This is called nixtamal. Once it's processed, and I'm going to, wash it off, and I'm going to grind it too for you guys in a little bit. And the process is very simple, but the benefits, like I said, is great. When you do this, the flavor increases, the aroma is really nice. Also, this nutritional value increases because, back then people would die. If you eat a lot of raw corn, your body begins to shut down. There's a lot of mycotoxins in the corn that are, reduced when you cook this in this alkaline solution, which helps, your body to digest it better. Back then when the Europeans came over and they brought this corn back to Europe, they began, growing this, in big quantities for like food. And since they had the technology more advanced, they didn't bother to, find out how to make the corn like this. So they just brought the corn, they began grinding it in nice mills, and they began, eating like that, and became a good part of the diet. But during the 19th century, there was a great epidemic. It's called pellagra. It was when your body begins to shut down because you use eating raw corn, those in process, so you don't get the nutritional value that you would once the corn is processed. And they will start to get rashes in their body, their stomach will start to bleed, and eventually your brain will shut down. And there was a great, epidemic that they found out later on that it was caused by eating, raw corn. And maybe back then with the Aztecs and Mayans, maybe a lot of people died too because they did not have this, back then. It wasn't until like the 1200 to 1500 BC that scientists found some pottery around, Costa Rica or Guatemala that shows that they were using this process. They found residue of this calcium hydroxide, which is called lime. And you can find this in any Hispanic supermarket. On the spice rack, you can find this white powder. Well, I'm going to start by showing you how to, go about to make this. I got some just water, plain water here, and I'm going to put it on the stove. I'm going to add some calcium hydroxide, which is lime. And I got about probably 10 cups of water. I'm going to use about 3 or 4 tablespoons of lime. I'm going to bring it to a boil. And when I was a little kid, I used to do this for my mom, I remember seeing her do this, and she showed me how to do this. So this is not something new for me. I used to do this. And also, we used to use ashes, In the old days, they used ashes as well. I remember doing that for a different kind of masa. I used to make tamales, and the people up in the north, the Native Americans, were using ashes to process their corn. So this is something that goes way back, and I mean, who knows, maybe 2,000 years from now, people might be still using this process, this technique, which is, I mean, it works, and it's better for you, And we're gonna bring this to a boil. In the meantime, I'm gonna wash on my corn. I got some dried corn in here. I'm gonna put some, maybe 3 or 4 cups. I'm gonna rinse it off really nice back here before we add it to the liquid there. And maybe you might, I mean, now you can find all different kinds of products made from corn. I mean, you look at any product at home, look at the ingredients, you can see, they make syrup, they make fuel, they make paints, they make, animal feed. There's so many different products that we use, that we make with corn. And who knows, maybe they're going to come up with some more. But this technique's been always the same for thousands of years. Now you can also, find the same masa, but it's dry. They use the same process. If you look at the ingredients back here, they still says, made with lime and just water and corn, which is, what I'm going to be doing right now. But you can find this at the store like this. But, and also when you cook corn like this, it becomes more softer and it binds together. There's a chemical change that happens when you're cooking corn and it's alkaline solution. Some of the starches comes out, and when you grind it together. Okay, here we are. I'm sorry for the little technical difficulties we had this morning with our computers, but going back to this cooking process, as you can see, this water is starting to boil, and you want to keep cooking this corn here for about half an hour. And once, I'm going to show you, once you can peel the skin off, because it comes real easy, you want to rub it between your fingers, it's going to be time to take it out of the flame, and you can put it aside and let it steep overnight. You don't want to, drain the liquid right away, because in that way the process is going to stop. You want to keep, leave the corn in there, and it's going to cool off by itself. And then next morning or a couple of days, you can, bring it out, and it's going to look like this. It's going to be like a nice and thick liquid, because some of the starch from the corn came out, so that's why it looks like a little thicker than compared to the one I got over here. It's really, liquidy, but it's going to look like this, next morning or a couple of days after that. And because a lot of starch from the corn came out, and this is going to, pretty much help, bind the corn. So once we have it like this, as you can see, it's nice and white and soft. There's no more skin, and we're going to rinse it off really nice before we grind it into our masa. So we're going to run it on the cold water, kind of rub it between your hands. Okay, I'm going to come over here so you guys can see what I'm doing. I got some cold water, and you can rub this between your hands. Scrub this really nice. You're going to see like a lot of little skin flowing around in the water. Becomes a little cloudy. As you all know, there's different types of corn. There's like yellow corn. I'm using like white corn. There's like, blue corn as well, which is really nice. And you can buy all this at the store, dry corn, and you can make your own. Now that we have scrubbed really nice, I'm going to drain this water again. What I got here, some nice nixtamal. This is called nixtamal at this point. That's been, cooked, steeped in the alkaline solution, soaked overnight, and then I rinse it off. From this point, it gets grind. You can always find like this, corn like this at the store, already cooked. If you want to make like pozole, you can do it. You can find this in most Hispanic supermarkets. You can find already cooked nixtamal. You can find fresh masa, which is like already prepared to make tamales. It has, pork fat, salt, or you can just find it like just natural, just soft. And also you can find it dry without any water added to it. So if we grind this, it's gonna be a little drier, but we need to add a little more water to kind of make it more workable, so it kind of sticks together, and you can make whatever product you want with that. And now we see our water is boiling really nice here with the corn in there, but I want to go a little more. I want to let it go for about another 10 minutes or so, until like the skin start to like peel off really easy. If you rub it between your fingers, they just come right off, and that way you're sure enough that it's not going to be hard when you take it out and let it steep overnight. So I want to kind of let it go a little more, push it aside over here, and I'm going to start grinding my nixtamal here. I got this attachment that I put onto my mixer, and we're going to turn it around and low here. I want to use a little bowl to catch that. I want to see if it works. Okay. It might be a little too rough. Okay. A little water here. See? Okay, now I have this ground up here. I want to show you. Maybe I should have used the blade that has little holes on there, but this is little dry still. I want to add a little more water, and I want to show you what it looks like. Once it's done, it smells great. From here, you can make whatever product you want. You can make, fresh tortillas, and there's nothing like having some homemade fresh tortillas. You know what? I miss that a lot. I don't get that around here, but when I get time to make them at home, I do, and they're just wonderful. You can't compare it to the ones that you buy at the store already made. There's no way you can do that. This is much better if you do this at home. You can get a tortilla press pretty much, any Hispanic supermarket. You can see how it binds together, and it smells wonderful. And I'm gonna put it in this plate so you guys are able to see this really easy. I said before, this process has been around for thousands of years, and you know what? People are still using this because it means it works. And who knows? We might be using this, people, after us, 1,000 years from now. Who knows? As you guys can see, this is the finished product. Maybe I should add a little more water, but it looks like, it's nice color. And you can do this at home. I mean, you saw me, it doesn't really take much. Put some water, get some calcium hydroxide, which is lime. And like I said, you can find this at any of the Hispanic supermarkets by the spice rack. They have these little bags like this. And you can make your own at home. I mean, if you want to try this to do something different, it's really easy. It's like, as you see me, do this. It's simple, very simple, and then it's so much better than the one you like buying tortillas already made up, because when they process them like that, they add a little flour to it, and just the flavor is not there. It's not as fresh as it could be when you make them at home. And I still have my corn cooking here. It's almost done. I'm gonna show you what I meant by, the skin coming off. As you can see this, if you rub it between your fingers and the skin falls right out, this means it's almost ready to take out. So when the skin comes right out and you get a nice white kernel, there's no more skin on it, you can shut it off, but leave it in the liquid. Don't take it out. Just leave the corn right in the liquid, put the cover back on, and next day or the following day you can take it out, rinse it off like I did, and you can grind it and make your own masa. And I hope you guys enjoy this, and maybe one of you guys can try to do this at home. And like I say, it's really simple to make, and I know you guys can do it. And I want to see you guys try to do this. I want to thank you for being here this morning with me, and I'll see you next week with, I think we're making some homemade tofu next week. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you later on. Bye-bye.